Captain's Island is such a rare place. It's a waterfront settlement. It will become a village that's apart from the mainland of Daniel Island.
We've always seen Captain's Island as a very special address within the town of Daniel Island. Being where it is on the water is very special. I've always felt like it would be southern, authentic, timeless.
If I were to try and think of another place that's anything like Captain's Island, it wouldn't be a place that was just minutes away from everything that Daniel Island has to offer and everything that Charleston offers. Captain's Island has a long recorded history. It dates back to when the Lord's proprietors were first given their land grant here in the Carolinas. To recognize the island's coastal history and its variety of seafaring owners, from Captain Robert Daniel to Captain Francis Goddard, even Harry Frank Guggenheim was a captain in the Navy. We chose to recognize them collectively as all captains, and thus Captain's Island.
Been working on plans for Captain's Island for probably 15 years. From the start, we knew the marsh edges were great. The number of grand live oaks was close to 300 and some freshwater wetlands, so those were what we planned around.
One of the things that we want to do is enhance those wetlands by adding a variety of different native plants.
We've evaluated the health and quality of the trees. We've tweaked these plans continually, trying to come up with the best plan. It's the most respectful of the island and has the least impact.
Our goal for Captain's Island is to respect nature and the magnificent natural environment. And when we introduce architectural elements in the built environment, we want to do it respectfully so that we don't overpower the natural beauty of the island in any way.
Captain's Island will be different than other places on Daniel Island. The street structure, the way the streets are organized, is a little more organic. We've tried to aim them or direct them and these views out to the big river, the marshes and the creeks. The way the homes are sitting, they're sort of random. Like you've seen a lot of the great places like the Old Village, like on Sullivan's Island, some of the better addresses around here, Rockville.
We wanted a different set of architectural guidelines for Captain's Island. I've worked with Reggie Gibson on and off over the past 30 years and always admired his knowledge of the coastal architectural vernacular. He knows that sometimes less is more, but he also has a little bit of a contemporary flair. The structures he's designing for captains will stand out. They're different than what you'd ride down and see on the rest of Daniel Island.
Ideally, for homes on Captain's Island, I would like to see them fairly simple in form, so there's not these big, massive structures that just overwhelm the whole site. Materials should reflect the history of what materials that were used here would have been, and be wood, brick, metal. Ideally, those materials will be of such quality that, like a copper roof or a metal roof, they age over time. And just how the materials are used, I think, is very important.
About 40% of the lots will have docks where the residents will have direct access, but the remainder, we provided several points where they could access the water. There'll be 2 community docks and then just some park space where you can just sit and view the marshes and wildlife.
The river porch is on one of the best pieces of property of Captain's Island, and that everybody can share. They'll be able to wander down to the river's edge, and get out on the dock, and get out to the water as well, creating a wonderful outdoor room. So the river porch will be a fantastic place for everybody to be.
No matter where you live on Captain's Island, you may not live right on the water, but when you step out your front door and look this way or look that way, you're going to have the sense that you're on an island and you're in this very special place.
Captain's Island is what living on the Carolina coast is all about. It's long views over the Wando River, over the marsh grasses. It's live oak trees draped with Spanish moss, hanging over parks and trails. It's neighbors getting together at the river house for a long holiday weekend celebration. It's boating and fishing, and it's teaching your child or your grandchild how to crab or how to throw a cast net.
I would think after Captain's Island is built out, what would make it successful would be that when someone rides through it, it felt like it was supposed to be there. And so the houses sort of have a pattern, or there's like a weave of a fabric that's correct. And so When that's done right, when it's done correctly, you go to a place later and you ride through there and you go, man, this is nice.